Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Legendary. I'm your host today. My name is Joanne. For those that don't know me or are new to our community, I am the Director of Marketing and Live Training here at Legendary Marketer. And of course, we have another amazing guest for you that I'm super excited for you all to hear about and hear her story and all of that good stuff. Before I bring her on, if you are brand new and would like to be notified when we go live, you can text the letters WUL to 813-296-8553 and it will let you know like 2 minutes into when we go live. It'll send you the link to the Facebook stream and all of that good stuff. And we don't text you outside of that from that number. So it's just to get notified when we are live Monday through Friday. All right. Without further ado, please help me welcome Emma to the show. Good morning, Emma.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. So where are you joining us from?
I'm from Wisconsin, so small town in Wisconsin.
Nice. Born and raised there?
Yep.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
So I know you're definitely young.
I am.
I feel like you have the entrepreneurial mindset, drive that you had from a very young age.
Yes.
Tell us and share with us all first about photography, when that came about, and give us the story there.
Alrighty. So I'm 20. I just recently turned 20. I do own a photography business as well. And I've only owned that for about a year. So I've had my camera for since I was 13, played with it on and off. And then once I got to a certain point at my current job where I knew I wanted more, I wanted to be self-employed, I was like, okay, I'll take my photography serious. So I started that and my business kind of blew up quicker than I was expecting it to, which is good. I'm super thankful for everything that has happened. But it just pushed me to work even harder. And within a year and a half of owning my business, I was able to quit my 9-to-5. But then comes the fact of slow season, because where we are, we have winter and
right.
I want to be taking family pictures in 10-degree weather.
No?
No, they're not a fan of that. So once winter comes around, then it definitely slows down. So I was looking for some other way to bring in income. And I actually bought Legendary 2 years ago and did absolutely nothing with it. And I'm totally kicking myself in the butt for that because who knows where I could be right now. But besides the point, I was I listened to Caroline's podcast, her most recent one back in April, I think.
Uh-huh.
I was like, okay, she's had crazy success. And even if I could have a 10th of that success, that would be amazing. So I dived right in and
yeah, I love it. So I know you've had a hold of the education for a while, like you shared, 2 years. And yeah, you could sit here and there's other that are probably listening right now going, oh, I've had it a while. I haven't done anything with it. Or I'm sitting on the challenge. I haven't started it yet. That's a big problem too. But we can sit and dwell on what's already done.
Mm-hmm.
Or we can go, you know what? I still have control over what I'm going to do today.
Exactly.
And that's really what you did. Some people in your position go, man, I grabbed that 2 years ago, so I can't go back to it. How embarrassing.
I did, yep. And I thought about that. I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, I bought that 2 years ago. I'm like, and for the last 2 years, I'm like, it just kicked me. I'm like, you bought this and you did nothing with it. You watched all the trainings, you have the knowledge, and you did nothing with it. So I'm like, well, we'll try it out. And here we are.
Yeah. I love that. I think sometimes this is the right time to decide I'm going to prioritize it.
Right. And it helped having my photography business because I got used to my Instagram and making reels and I was getting comfortable being on camera. So then I'm like, well, screw it. If I'm young, when I bought the training, I was still in high school. So I'm like, what are people going to think about me? I'm posting these videos, talking to my phone, what are they going to think? And now I'm to the point where I'm like, I don't really care what they think. When they see my success, then they can think something else.
Right. So do you think though, because you did go through it when you had purchased it, you went through it, in some form or fashion, it gave you more knowledge. It probably helped you begin to market your
Oh
photography
yeah, for
business,
sure.
right? So what are some of the tools you think that you brought from just learning that, the skills you learned? It can apply to anything, including photography.
Oh
So
yeah, it really can. And within my photography business, I want to kind of gear into like the photography education. And I mean, the blueprints were crazy with that. They teach you YouTube, they teach you TikTok, they teach you Instagram, everything about marketing, basically that you need to know for any business. Was crazy helpful because I knew how to use Instagram to scroll through and look at stuff, but I didn't know.
right.
I mean, Instagram is always changing. There's different algorithms, all kinds of stuff. So I was like, I don't know how the heck to grow. And after going back through the blueprints for the second time, I implemented some of the newer stuff to my photography account, and I had a reel that got like over 100,000 views within like a couple weeks. So
Oh, I love that. And what else is cool is even though you've had the education a while, we're always updating it.
exactly. That's what I was a little nervous about because I actually
Always come back to it, and there's something new to learn or get access to, or a new feature or a new perk or something, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, because when I first got it, TikTok was like the thing, and now you can't post a TikTok in this niche. I feel like without it getting flagged for community violations or
Right. So
whatever
speaking
else.
of social, we're going to share Emma's Instagram on the screen. We won't share her TikTok because she did have a 7,000 follower account that she did lose, which is just
Yep.
kind of the way we roll with things in TikTok these days, right?
They say that none of the successful people haven't lost an account, so I'm hoping that's a good sign.
I don't know anyone that's still on their first account.
No, it's crazy.
I
But
don't think so. Yeah.
you restart and you go again.
Yeah. I think it's important to remember that even though we're building our own digital marketing businesses, no matter what, whether it's in photography, whatever niche you're in, we're renting space from social media platforms. We
Right.
don't own our TikTok page.
Yes.
We don't, only TikTok does, and they can do
Right.
whatever the heck they want with it, right? Only
Yep.
Instagram owns that, social profile.
That's one thing, your email lists. I know they've said it 1,000 times, but
That email list is yours.
exactly.
And then it can move with you to whatever as your business grows and evolves and social media platforms evolve and change.
Exactly.
Now you can communicate fully to your audience because you have that email list. So that is your gold. That is your bread and butter is that email list. And sometimes those newer in the space are really like, oh, I don't want to be an email marketer. And I'm like, it's a huge part of your business.
It is, and it's daunting at first. I
Yeah.
was even with like my photography, I hear all the photographers like get people on an email list, send out emails, and I'm like, that's so much. It's like a whole nother thing to learn. And now I'm like, okay, I see why.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just you're leaving money on the table.
Exactly. You are. You really are.
Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
even if you don't have, a whole huge series of emails built out already, that's okay. At least
Right.
start collecting them.
Exactly.
And then build from there,
You
right?
can send them out after you have their email.
Yeah, definitely. So
Mm-hmm.
when did you start back up?
I started back up early April.
Okay.
So that's when I kind of decided. I was like, I'm just not happy at my 9 to 5 anymore. It was just getting to be a lot between businesses and there and just not being happy with it. So I was like, well, I'm going to start this up and see what happens. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And if it does, well, then we'll make it work. And I've made it work. So
Have you added any affiliate links into your photography business yet?
I have an Amazon storefront.
Okay.
And I've been promoting some photography products. I've been slowly incorporating more and more, but I do have affiliate links in my photography page.
And I believe you shared eventually you want to have some photography courses.
Yes.
So now you will have your own course. You'll be the coach.
Yep.
I love it. I love the evolution of this. I get so pumped about this process.
Yes,
It's
I'm
another
super
one of our
excited.
core 4 here at Legendary that we teach.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
it's just awesome. I love seeing how just deciding to open one door
I know, it's crazy, and it just opens so many more.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's crazy how much this program has to offer.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
What do you think's been what was your initial roadblock when you started back up? Like what was your fear that you were had to kind of overcome to really like jump in?
Seeing the success of like some of the top affiliates, I feel
Mm,
like not having like anything in the first few weeks, it gets kind of you get you get kind of bummed out because you're like, well, they've made like Chelsea. Chelsea just hit, I think she just hit 1 million in
mhm,
commission, right? In
mhm.
4.5 months, I'm like, that's crazy. I'm on month 3 and I'm like nowhere near $1 million, but I'm like,
Results not typical.
yes, exactly.
It's not normal. It
Exactly. It's
happened, it
completely
happened.
not
It's not
normal.
typical. We don't promise that. We don't guarantee that.
Exactly. And we have to get over that. Like,
Yeah, that's a
obviously, if everyone was making $1 million in 4 months, the whole world would be doing it.
it's not really the best. You can't compare yourself because it will shut you
Exactly.
down.
And once I got over that, I mean, I've joined like some of the top affiliates. They have their own coaching calls and
Mhm.
different groups. I'm in Caroline and Becca's Facebook group. That's been super helpful.
Mhm.
So just kind of implementing what some of these top affiliates have done to be successful. And just at first, like the growth part at first is hard. The first like 100, 200 followers on Instagram when your reels are getting 5 views and 10 views. And then you're like, oh, should I have posted that? Was it even worth it? And now I'm up getting a couple thousand views, which isn't crazy, but it's better than 2 or 3 views.
Definitely. So what did you start implementing in your content to start increasing your views? Was it just consistency or was
Yep.
there some strategy behind it?
Posting 3 times a day, pretty much no matter what. For
Mhm.
the first like 3 weeks, I only posted like text on screen. And I know everyone in that group was like, talk, make talking videos. So I'm like,
Yep.
I'll just do it. And my first one got like 3 or 4 thousand views. I was like, okay, they have a point. They're not saying this just to say it. And then
Yeah.
just constantly keeping up with the algorithm. Like now I know the algorithm is pushing like for Instagram at least shorter videos with longer captions. Whereas 3 months
Mhm.
ago when I started, they wanted longer talking videos, and now they're kind of straying
Right.
away from that. And the whole carousel posts, like single posts, are coming back how Instagram was created. So they're starting to push
Right.
those more. Where
Right.
for the last 2 years it's been all about reels.
And that could still change again in 6 months.
Exactly.
But
It
that's what I
probably
love
will.
about this business and why you have to stay kind of plugged into your
Yep.
education and
Just constantly trying new things. Like, you're
yeah.
not gonna know if it works until it tries. They say there's certain posting times that are good. They say
Mhm.
through posting 3 times a day is good. They say posting 5 times a day is good. Like, you kinda have to play with your account and just figure out what works for you.
Yeah, definitely. I will say one of the big topics that keeps coming up on our live support calls every day is people ask us to look at their accounts and it's
Mhm.
all text on screen.
Yep.
Well, there hasn't been a single talking video where like it's time.
Yep. Your
Time.
followers wanna hear you talk. They wanna
It's
know you.
time.
That's why I try and get on my story. I try for 5 times a day, like, during the week, and then the weekends I just kinda post depending on what we're doing. So this last week has been a little slower. We just currently moved. The last week we've been moving. So that's
Okay.
taken up most of our time, but I've still been trying to post, like, just batch content, have them ready to post, and just jump on there and post quick.
Yeah, I think that's the best way, especially if you know you're going to have a crazy week ahead, but you still need to show it
Exactly.
consistently.
Right.
And also for those that are like in the comments going, well, what's the best time of day to post? If you haven't posted at all, just
You're not
posting.
gonna know.
That's all that matters. Just
Exactly.
posting right now. You have to do it one step at a time. First,
Mhm.
get comfortable, get consistent with posting every day.
I posted one like 3 nights ago. It was like 11:45 PM. I made it. It was a video of me like brushing my teeth with text on the screen. And
Mhm.
then I posted on my story and it said like late night post. We'll see what the algorithm thinks about this one. And it's like one of my top viewed videos. I'm like, that was almost midnight and it's one of my higher viewed ones. So I personally I don't think posting times are super like don't freak out over your posting time. Like if you have
No.
content, just post it.
Yep. I done is better.
Yes, exactly, and it
Getting
doesn't have
it
to be done perfectly, just I
right.
because my sister started actually also,
Mhm.
she's starting the whole affiliate marketing journey. And I told her, I'm like, I don't care what you post. I said, just take videos of you and your son like playing outside or walking. I'm like, and just start with the text on the screen. Like just post, be consistent.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you should start using your voice,
Exactly.
Right? But if that is a roadblock for you right now, don't let it stop you from posting altogether.
Exactly. And
Keep
that was
posting text on screen if that's what you're comfortable with. And know that the next step to continue to grow is to step out of our comfort zone. But even if you're not ready yet, keep posting. It's better to post every day than post a whole bunch in 1 or 2 days and then take a break for a week.
Yep, because the algorithm will not like that.
No, it doesn't like that.
Spammy if you do that.
Logging in every day, showing up, posting some stories, posting to Grid for Instagram, and using the platform regularly.
Exactly. Yep. Comment on other people's stuff, save posts. Like I always say don't post and ghost. Like the last 2 weeks, comments on Instagram. I know other people have been having issues too, where like they've been flagging every comment as a spam. I responded to someone, yes, and they flagged it as a spam comment. So my most recent videos don't have too many comments on them, but like don't just post and then not answer anyone's questions. Like if people have comments, you want to either video respond to them or answer them, message them something. Don't just let these people, because these could be potential clients of yours.
Yeah, totally. I always say don't post and ghost also. Don't post and leave.
Exactly.
Like post and then go engage somehow. Post a story, go like some stuff, search some hashtags of your audience.
Yep, exactly.
That they would be hanging out in, and go like some comments on another post.
Yep.
Go
get your name out there, get engaged, let people see who you are. Yeah,
definitely. So how do you juggle? Because I know now you're promoting on multiple niches, right?
Yes.
We have photography, we have this page, and everybody dreams of having multiple socials, but it's hard.
It is hard.
So how do you juggle and know, like, okay, right now I'm making content for this channel, this audience, these are my goals this week, and then switching it?
So for my photography one, those reels I kind of just make like as I have a session, as I have photos, because those are a lot of like showing off my work. So that's not a whole lot of like talking videos, promoting stuff more so. So those I usually make, this sounds really bad, but in bed, like before I'm going to sleep for the next day. For my affiliate marketing side of it, I try on Sundays to batch majority of my content. If I know I have a really busy week, I'll try and batch for all 7 days. If I know I have like a Wednesday open, I'll batch for Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday. I go through like I don't know what the For You page is called on Instagram, but like the little down on the corner, the little button where you can scroll through reels. And I save, like, if I find something, I'm like, oh, that's a really good idea, or want to kind of recreate something similar, I'll save it. And then sometimes I screenshot it so I remember that I want to go back to that one. And then I have my little office set up. I have my tripod and my ring light, and I shut my door and I just do my thing for like an hour. And I
committed to a schedule is really what it is. Committed to a schedule.
Yes, for sure. Because otherwise you're going to get to that day and you're going to be like, oh my God, I have nothing to post. And then what do? Quick whip out your phone in the middle of the store and make a video. Like, right. You got to have something to post.
And it may not be the best video. And then if you keep doing that, or once you skip a day,
exactly,
you find yourself skipping 2, skipping 3.
Yep.
And then you're wondering what's happening with your business and why your following isn't growing. And it's usually we can pin it back to those things. And it takes being honest with yourself. Like, okay, I was doing this. I need to make a couple changes moving forward.
Right. And I know for the most part, I know my schedule the whole week ahead. And I'm like, if I have a certain day open, I'll block an hour. I rely on my calendar and my phone like it is my child. I would not be able to get anywhere on time without that thing. So I'll put right in there like content. And I know for that hour, like I need to record content. I need to either update my email campaign, something along the lines of with my business. And now, so I just recently left my 9-to-5 job. So now I have more time during the day. So that will be my majority of my content creating. So I'll have more time at night. But when I was working all the time, then it was kind of at night when I did it.
Yeah. You might even find, well, crap, I actually do it better because I'm used to doing it at night.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Keep it.
interesting to see, to kind of get into my new routine of
Yeah.
when I want to schedule it, when I want to do it. I'm like, I'm gonna have so much content saved in my drafts, like I'm not gonna know what to post.
So are you saving everything in app on your drafts, or are you downloading them just in case you lose your account?
I'm saving everything in app right now, but now that you say that, I probably should start saving it.
Yeah, just in case, you never know.
Yes, just in case. I did for a while. I was creating in CapCut, and then I would download them because then I could just post them right from my phone. Because I know Reels were having like, they were kind of glitchy for a while, where you would put text on the screen, and then when you'd post it, it wouldn't stick.
Yeah.
So I made a whole ton of videos in CapCut, and then they somehow like glitched out, and none of them would upload to Instagram. None of them would play. So I had like 15 videos that I spent like 2 hours making that I couldn't play at all. So I stopped doing that because that kind of bummed me out.
But you didn't go, all right, I quit. It's not for me.
Exactly.
It wasn't on the table, guys. It was just the hiccup of the day. And
exactly.
You kept going, right?
Yep. It happens. And it's going to continue to happen. I guarantee there'll be stuff that happens along the way. That's just business.
So how has your friends and family responded? Just because you are a little younger, and
yes,
do they feel like they can still have a say in your choices? Was there a lot of negative pressure, or was there a lot of support around you?
Definitely not negative. Everyone in my family has been beyond supportive between my photography, this, like, pretty much anything I throw them, they're going to be like, all right, you can do it. Like, it doesn't matter what I say. They're going to be supportive of it, which has been super helpful, I think. My boyfriend doesn't fully understand it, but he sees the income, so he doesn't really he doesn't have an issue with it. He just doesn't understand what
I see the check. We're good.
Pretty much. He's like that blue collar, like works outside, and doesn't understand it. I'm like, that's okay. You don't have to understand.
Like, are you posting feet pics?
Exactly. He's told me to try that. Whatever will make money. And I'm like, all right, we're not going to go there.
Right. Exactly. You're like, no, that's not what this is. That's not
exactly. Yeah, but he's not on Instagram, so he doesn't really see my videos as much. He's on TikTok and Facebook. I'm not sure if he sees my videos or not, but I mean, some of my family I've explained and they don't fully understand it. I mean, I've gotten is this an MLM question? And I'm like, no, it's not an MLM. Like, it's a marketing thing. Like, just sit back and watch me pretty much. So I did get my sister to start also. So she did the 15-day challenge. She got set up. She invested in the blueprints, and she's on the same schedule as I am. So it'll be fun now.
You guys live by each other?
We do. So we recently just moved, like 3 days ago we moved. So we're right next door to my boyfriend's parents. My mom is right up the road, and my sister is like 10 houses the other way. So we're all we're all in walking distance, which is super nice.
You could have like content parties.
Yes. Yep. She walks up here. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. Instead of like just hanging out, you can do like, let's film some content. Let's bat for the next 2 hours, and you could do stuff together and film each other. And
yeah, we've definitely had a couple of those Friday nights. I mean, my boyfriend has his friends over. I'm like, all right, my sister's coming over. I'm like, don't come upstairs because we're going to be making reels and doing weird stuff. So
we're working. I love it. How fun. Because it's actually, because we're all online, you usually don't have that in-person connection regularly. And what a gift that you have that ability.
Yes, it's been super nice. It's fun to just, because I can talk about, my mom asked us a question the other day, and I said something about our funnels and my email list. And I'm like, I know we sound like we're talking a different language right now. Like, not a random person is going to know what a funnel system is and collecting emails. And it's nice that she understands what that is. So I don't sound like a crazy total crazy person.
Right. What's cool is you've learned so much in the last 2 years, and you're applying it to multiple businesses. Yes. You're applying it now with your sister, and your family's supportive of it, and they're probably seeing the growth in you. They're seeing your knowledge grow. They're seeing your confidence grow as well. And that's super cool. What would be your advice to someone that's in the challenge right now? That's just kind of worried about all the things.
Don't wait 2 years like I did, because if I have one regret, it is definitely that. And it was what stopped me was the whole showing my face online, making the videos, like what are people gonna think? And if you can get over that and really not care, like I'm to the point where I really don't care. Like if I don't care if people from school see, I don't care if people from my hometown see. Like I'm gonna start promoting it on my regular Facebook page to all my friends and family. Like I guess it is what it is. I mean, it's a business. Like it's no different than my photography business. Everyone was supportive of that. So there's no reason that people wouldn't be supportive of this.
What do you think helped you not care? Because it did. I mean, it was a major roadblock to where you quit.
It was,
and it
yes.
is for others that are watching right now that that's what they're thinking about. So what do you think really helped you, say, screw it, I'm doing it?
Definitely the fact that I'm out of high school now. That was like a major setback. I don't know. Other than that, I feel like within the last year, I've just kind of like, I'm very content in my life where I'm at, and I'm very happy with where I'm at. So I guess like other people's opinions don't really make a huge impact on my life because I'm happy and I'm, I don't know. Yeah. So I guess if you're on edge about doing it, like when I first started, I went through and had like a list of people that I blocked because I'm like, I don't want them to see it. And then somehow my mom found my account and I was like, oh my gosh, here we go. Now all these people are going to find my account. So I'm like, whatever. I went through and unblocked everyone. And I'm like, if they see it, they see it. I guess I don't really, anyone who I'm worried about seeing it, I'm not going to see face to face. So I guess if they want to say stuff about it, they're not going to say it to me. So.
And I don't think there's a problem at the start with blocking who you feel like they may have all the right intentions, but for whatever reason in your mind, you can hear their voice being negative towards you. And if you hear that voice in your head, block them on social media. It doesn't mean you hate them in real life. It just means I need to create this boundary for myself right now.
Right. And even if you don't start, like my first probably 15 or 20 videos were not talking. It might have even been more than that. Like I did not talk to my camera until like a good month in, I think. And then still to this day, like I won't record a video if my boyfriend's home. Like I need everyone out of the house. I need the house to myself so I can talk loud. I can make my videos, but I don't want anyone here.
You're like, it's top secret.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So don't watch what I'm doing. Don't look at my page.
Yes.
Because it is, you're just showing up for a different audience.
Exactly. And people are going to have doubts. That's just in any business. I mean, people are going to have doubts. I had doubts when I started my photography business. I'm like, this is such a saturated market in where I live. Like, am I going to be successful? And that took off, like I said, way more than I could have ever asked for. So I definitely helped me kind of like, well, just give it a shot. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yeah. So. Well, and some of the best pieces of short content out there, to actually get the clip you're looking for in real life, to film it, you're a little silly. You're a little off, it kind of feels, so it'd be kind of awkward having someone in the corner like, what?
Yep, exactly. And I'll like set my phone up while we're like walking or like eating dinner. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, you'll see later. I need this video for something. I'm sure I'll use it for something.
But those are the ones that go just brushing your teeth. But to your partner in real life, be like, why are you filming yourself brushing your teeth?
Yep, my hair was thrown up. I had his t-shirt on and I was brushing my teeth. And that's the one that got like a good amount of views. I gained a couple like good followers from that. So
yeah.
And now especially like Instagram is starting to push more the pictures, like I said, the short videos with big captions. So for people that don't want to show their face, like if you're good at typing, you're good at writing out captions, now is the time for you to jump on Instagram because this is like perfect timing.
Yeah.
Like we said, the algorithm is always changing.
It is. And and if it's just not taking off, try other platforms and start adding in other ones because you just never know where it's going to hit for you.
Yep. They always say like, use the one that you know the best. And I definitely knew Instagram the best. As far as like reels, like I post on Facebook, but it's mainly photos, like my work for photography. TikTok, I am probably the only 20-year-old I know that absolutely despises TikTok. I cannot stand that app. I think it should get banned. I'm gonna have so much backlash for that.
Oh, the hate's gonna be flowing right now.
I don't know. I have never liked that app from day one, and now now that my account's down, I'm like, all right. I know they say you should keep going on all the apps, and I probably will. I did start back up. I have a very, very small following, and I'm not consistent on TikTok because everything I post gets taken down right now. So kind of letting TikTok weed out their own issues before I jump back on there.
Well, you know what's the important lesson for all of us here? The important reminder.
Exactly.
It just doesn't find where you want to show up.
Right.
Because then you're going to put out more content. You're going to be excited in your content.
Right.
And if you're on a platform you just don't like, you don't like the account, you don't like the followers, you're not going to be stoked to log in and even engage with those comments.
Exactly. And I mean, like your follower count is just a number. I know people that have 60, 70,000 followers on TikTok and have had no commissions. I also know people that, I mean, I have under 1,000 followers on Instagram, but they're all very niche down. Like they're on my page to see my content. They're on my page to learn what I have to offer. So I feel like Instagram is more direct on who you're trying to speak to, where TikTok's kind of like, oh, I like their video, I'll follow them. And it's easier to grow and it's easier to blow up on TikTok.
Yeah. Or TikTok was just, oh, that was kind of a funny video, but I'm not, the people that you brought in aren't your ideal audience.
Exactly.
They're not really into any of the other videos that you're posting or talking about. But you're right. Instagram, you can make those connections. Facebook.
Right. You can do voice chats with them. You can post on your stories. I mean, I try and post throughout like the whole day on I don't care if I'm walking my dog, if I'm eating dinner, like people like to see that stuff. I'm sure you have followers that you have people you follow where you're like, what are they up to? And they're just everyday people like you and me.
Yeah.
And people are interested. I know that was also like a roadblock. I'm like, people aren't going to care what I'm doing. People aren't going to want to know what I'm eating for dinner. People aren't going to want to watch my videos. And then I started gaining followers and I'm like, okay, maybe they do.
Yeah. And it's not just like, oh, Emma's eating dinner again.
Exactly.
There's some elements to it where it just is personal to you.
Right.
And I don't mean, guys, like we always say, share your story and all of that. It doesn't mean like go into the deep depths of all the darkness you've had in your life.
You don't need to explain your life.
Is, just the weird crap that happened that day. Like, has anybody had this happen to you before? This is what's going on. And you just share the moment. Or something, you fell or you knocked something over or the dog did something. This is what we're dealing with today.
Exactly. People will relate to you.
Yeah. It's just being like, what do you text your friend about? Post it in a story. Also, the same topic, but in a story format.
Right. Yep. And I mean, stories go away after 24 hours. So it's up and then you move on to the next day. Like nothing crazy.
A whole new day.
Yes.
Whole new day of things happening, going on, and opportunity to make new connections.
Exactly.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yes.
I love it. Love it. Okay. So what's your next step with the photography business? Because we're now out of our 9-to-5, right?
Yes, just recently, as of June 30th. So
okay, so we're almost there, and you're gonna hit the like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of extra time.
Yeah. I definitely
jump into a course right away of building that, or where do you see that timeline for the next steps with your photography business?
I think my course I'm definitely going to take time to create it because I want it to be in depth. I've taken quite a few mentorships. I've learned a lot of stuff. I want to apply like everything I've learned into this course. And I don't want it to just be rushed and like thrown up. Like I want it to be done properly. I want it to be thorough. So I think that is going to be next. I might dive into like the Amazon reviews. We'll see how that kind of goes. And I thought about diving into like the dog niche. So depending, Gonna kind of get situated one at a time. So I don't want to jump in all at once, because I know they
Yeah.
say like just
Don't
definitely stick to one niche until you're comfortable.
right. And don't kill the niche that's bringing in money because
Exactly.
you're out of your own boredom.
Exactly. Yep.
I love this saying that Dave once shared. It was a while back, and I was reminded of it at Mastermind, is keep selling cheese pizzas. Every pizza parlor out there, they make all their money off of cheese and pepperoni.
Mm-hmm.
They always, I got to add this fancy here, and Domino's got tater tots now, but you got to keep selling the cheese pizza.
Exactly. Yep.
That's what's actually bringing in your consistent income and keeping your business open and long standing. And so many times we see it all the time. Affiliates get to a certain point, they're making money in a specific niche, and they're like, all right, I'm feeling I'm bored, even though the audience isn't. I'm bored. So I'm going to switch and go to this niche because I saw Susie over here made a whole lot of money in that niche really quick.
Mm-hmm.
But then they stopped all of their attention on the one that was bringing them money. And now that dries up, and this one never took off.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're left with nothing. So you got to make sure your main one, your first one, is
completely
for you.
Yes.
You're still spending time on it. It still needs love. It's still a tree that needs water. How about that?
Yes. Yes. This will definitely, the make money online niche, promoting Legendary, will definitely still be like my main focus. And then I'm just going to kind of branch out slowly and test out the waters with some other stuff. I mean, and there's other products you can incorporate in like your email list. I've started slowly incorporating other products as well. So I mean, there's not a limit on what you can promote. So
it's not. And if you can find something that converts and then you can build upon it to that same audience, that's huge.
Exactly. Because they're interested. You're not starting from zero.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Switching niches, hopping niches is starting over. And you got to be okay with that. Right. Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, it was so nice having you on today.
Yes. Thank you.
Having this. I love this perspective. I know it's your biggest regret, but I love that you actually did this 2 years ago.
Me too.
You had the education and you just had a lot of fear and you stopped and you didn't take action, but you were able to come back to it. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. And I really thank you for being transparent with that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will benefit from hearing every day is a new day to start again.
Exactly. And there's never, you're never too far along in your life. I had the mindset for a little while and I'm like, this is too oversaturated. Like, I'm too far along. I'm 20. I'm not too far along in my life to start. I'm like, I need to get over that. Like, I don't need to do everything right this minute. And once I got past that, I was like, all right, let's do this.
And it's not oversaturated, people, because I'm telling you,
there's the amount of people that I've talked to that don't even know what affiliate marketing is. I'm like, I can sell all of you right now and I'd be perfectly fine.
You're just seeing it because you told the algorithm you're interested in it. So it's showing you all of it. If you go start a new account on TikTok right now, you won't see a drop of it. Exactly. You won't see a drop of it.
I know people will message me like, I'm ready to learn. I'm like, have you ever heard of affiliate marketing? They're like, nope. I'm like, exactly. And I thought it was oversaturated. Like, it's not at all. I mean, I thought the same thing with my photography business. There's tons of photographers around here, but there's also thousands of people that need pictures taken. So it's it's our own roadblocks that we need to get over.
Yeah, so true. We are our biggest enemy in our business. And the progression of our business is ourselves at the end of the day. And we got to be able to whip ourselves into shape. Be the boss of us instead of waiting for someone else to tell us what to do. Like, all right, you got to do this. You need to get over this. You need to go.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I love it. All right. Well, thank you for coming on.
Yes. Thank you for
having me. You definitely need to come back. I want updates.
Oh, I will for sure.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Emma.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, please go follow Emma on Instagram at EBA_ventures. That's EBA, the letters EBA_ventures. She is on Instagram. Go give her a follow. Go like some of her content. comment that you saw her on Wake Up Legendary. I know she would love to see it. And thanks for coming on. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, stay legendary. Peace.